So I have my first real thesis coming up for my major, and it'll be on epilepsy and keto. And there's a little part of me that is saying, dude, this is what we were born for. We were totes born for this. The problem with this particular thesis statement that I've just picked up on is that, well, we know that ketosis and the ketogenic diet work for epilepsy. We don't seem to have a good consensus on how. As I've noticed, going through medical journals from everywhere around the world, including Poland, which was a lot of fun when trying to write my bibliography, because my Microsoft Word got very, very confused at the amount of Polish surnames and also the amount of times I had to add accents, which is, well, that's something that has always been a problem. So I'm not going to complain there, because ideal. I have one of those surnames that makes people a little bit confused. So anyway, the thesis statement is, how does the ketogenic diet help with medication? Oh, great. Wow, I have been studying all day. Sorry. Medication-resistant epilepsy. Well, first things first, many of these studies will generally use children, because it seems like ketosis and the ketogenic diet, which causes ketosis, works better with children. Okay, why? The answer seems to be, yet again, that little children will have a less involved system because, they're new on this planet. They haven't had as much crap to clean out of the body as an adult patient might be. Because, you live 18 years or so on this planet, and you have built up a whole bunch of stuff and pollution and medications, and, you've taken in quite a lot of junk food. Okay. So, but little children and diet has always been we hear all the things. My Keely will only eat chicken nuggets, that were made on Friday the 12th during a full moon, where the Cubs won the pennant. Wow, I keep bringing up the Cubs for some reason. They're not even my team. So anyway, so you have that. The many children with a neurological disability will find that there's certain foods that they will eat because this is the only real food that they are comfortable with. Which, to be fair, there are many adults who have the same issue. So it's not really, and that's just, in general, human beings, when they are comfortable with something, will become a creature of habit. And it is very difficult to break said habit, even when said habit is actually not good for you or is causing health problems. Okay, now one of the big issues that were seen as I went through is that there's a serious lack of blind studies. Now, a blind study, you have your control group. You have the people that are doing the thing, taking the new medication, whatever. And then you have the people, you don't know if they're taking the sugar pill or if they are taking the actual medication. They are there to serve as a control for the people who are actually doing the thing. So basically, there is a serious lack. There's also a lot of biases, which does not help with science. Science needs something that, you know, and anecdotal evidence. Well, I could give you anecdotal evidence on this subject, but that's not enough. So what I'm seeing is a very big lack of enough. And I am saying this because it helps to say before you write, so that maybe what you're trying to say, oh, now I see. So we need more blind studies, number one. 2, anecdotal evidence is not evidence. You can have all the evidence in the world that Sparky Doodah, your 2-year-old, is living their best life on chicken nuggets and has never had a health problem in their life. But until someone proves that, then Sparky Doodah and their very, very bland diet, might I say, and limited diet, shall I say, is just anecdotal evidence. We would want to bring Sparky in and try to figure out why this is working and how, maybe bottle Sparky's essence and, wow, okay, never mind. Doo-doo. I have watched way too much sci-fi. So basically, this is what I'm seeing so far. So my thesis statement is basically, we know it works. We have no flipping clue why, but I will keep on reading. And luckily, this is just the first steps. I can always change my mind later. And here is my bibliography in which I have added notations so that you can see where I was as I was reading through. But honestly, it's a lot of biases, a lot of, we know that this occurs. We just have no flipping clue why. It's a miracle. And yes, miracles exist. Sometimes we call them other things, but anyway, there needs to be more blind studies, ladies and gentlemen. There also needs to be better treatment for epilepsy, especially drug-resistant epilepsy, and this is all I've got so far. Luckily, we're in the first stages, and wow. Send help.